The T-14 Armata is Russia's latest and most advanced tank. It represents a big step forward in tank design. The T-14 was first shown to the public during a military parade in 2015. It quickly became the center of attention for military experts around the world. This tank is different from anything Russia has made before. It has new technology and features that make it stand out. This tank is part of a new family of armored vehicles. The T-14 is designed to be the main battle tank for the Russian army. It is made to be powerful and fast. The T-14 can perform well on different types of battlefields. It is equipped with advanced systems that help it fight better and keep the crew safe. These features make it a game changer in modern warfare. The T-14 is not just a better version of older tanks, it is a completely new design. This tank includes many new ideas and technologies. These innovations are meant to solve problems that older tanks had. The T-14 is an example of how Russia is improving its military technology. It shows that Russia is serious about building the best tanks in the world. Russian tanks have a long history. They have been used in many wars. In the past, Russian tanks were known for being simple and strong. They were made to be used in large numbers. This strategy was successful for many years. Tanks like the T-34 were famous for their power and reliability during World War II. These tanks were easy to produce and repair, making them very effective on the battlefield. Over the years, Russian tanks became more advanced. The designs were improved to keep up with new military needs. The focus was on making tanks that were both tough and effective. Russian engineers worked hard to create tanks that could win battles. They wanted tanks that could survive in harsh conditions and be used by many soldiers. This led to the development of tanks like the T-72 and T-90. However, as time went on, the demands of warfare changed. New technologies were developed and tanks needed to evolve as well. Russian tank designers had to think about new ways to improve their designs. They needed to make tanks faster and more protected. The evolution of tanks in Russia is a story of constant change and adaptation. Older Russian tanks like the T-72 had some problems. These tanks were known for being crowded. The space inside was very tight. This made it difficult for the crew to work efficiently. The cramped conditions also made the tanks less comfortable and safe. Tank crews had to work in difficult and dangerous environments. Another issue was that older tanks were not as advanced as newer models. The technology in these tanks was outdated. This made them less effective in modern warfare. They lacked the advanced systems that newer tanks have. For example, their targeting systems were not as precise. This made it harder for them to hit targets accurately. Safety was also a concern with older tanks. They did not have the same level of protection as modern tanks. This made them more vulnerable to attacks. The armor on older tanks was not as strong. This meant that they could be easily damaged by enemy fire. These weaknesses showed the need for better tank designs. Despite the challenges, Russia continued to improve its tanks. After the T-72, the T-90 was developed. The T-90 was a more advanced tank with better technology. It had improved armor and weapons. This made it a more effective fighting machine. However, the T-90 was still based on older designs. It was not a complete redesign like the T-14. The development of the T-14 Armata was a major step forward. It was designed to solve the problems of older tanks. The T-14 is a completely new design. It includes many innovations that make it superior to earlier models. Russian engineers worked hard to create a tank that could meet the challenges of modern warfare. The T-14 was designed with crew safety and effectiveness in mind. It has a more spacious interior, making it more comfortable for the crew. The technology in the T-14 is also much more advanced. It has better targeting systems and more powerful weapons. These improvements make the T-14 a formidable opponent on the battlefield. One of the most important features of the T-14 Armata is its unmanned turret. This means the crew does not have to be in the turret. Instead, they are located in a protected capsule inside the tank. This design provides better safety for the crew. It reduces the risk of injury during battles. The unmanned turret is a significant innovation in tank design. The T-14 also has a powerful cannon. This cannon is designed to destroy enemy tanks and other targets. The T-14 has an advanced fire control system. This system helps the tank aim and fire more accurately. It increases the chances of hitting targets on the first try. This makes the T-14 a very effective weapon in combat. In addition to its weapons, the T-14 has strong protection systems. It is equipped with active protection systems that can detect and destroy incoming threats. This makes the tank harder to destroy. The T-14 is also faster than older tanks. Its engine is more powerful, allowing it to move quickly across the battlefield. These features make the T-14 one of the most advanced tanks in the world. Building the T-14 Armata was not easy. There were many challenges in its development. One of the main challenges was the cost. The T-14 is an expensive tank to produce. This has limited the number of tanks that can be built. Russia has had to balance the need for new tanks with the cost of production. Another challenge is that the T-14 has not yet been tested in real battle. This means there is still some uncertainty about its performance. While the tank has been tested in controlled environments, real combat is different. The lack of battlefield experience is a concern for military planners. They want to be sure the T-14 can perform as expected in war. Despite these challenges, the development of the T-14 continues. Engineers are working to solve these problems. They are trying to make the tank more affordable and reliable. The goal is to have a tank that can be produced in large numbers and used effectively in combat. The T-14 Armata is important for Russia and the future of tank design. It represents a new direction in military technology. The innovations in the T-14 could influence the design of tanks around the world. Other countries may look to the T-14 as a model for their own tank designs. This could lead to new advancements in armored vehicles. For Russia, the T-14 is a symbol of military strength. It shows that Russia is capable of developing advanced military technology. The T-14 is a key part of Russia's strategy to modernize its military forces. It is meant to give Russia an advantage on the battlefield. The T-14 is a powerful tool in Russia's defense strategy. The T-14 also highlights the importance of innovation in military design. As technology continues to evolve, so must the design of military equipment. The T-14 is an example of how new ideas can lead to better and more effective weapons. It shows that the future of tank design is full of possibilities. In conclusion, the T-14 Armata is a significant development in tank technology. It shows how far tank design has come and where it might go in the future. The T-14 is a reminder that military technology is always changing. It represents the cutting edge of tank design and sets a high standard for future developments.